Hi there. Today is Cabernet Sauvignon Day, or at least one of the iterations of Cabernet Sauvignon Day. I've been told it's the 3rd of September. I've been told it's the 30th of August. I've been told it falls on the Thursday following Labour Day. So whichever you believe Cabernet Sauvignon Day to be, happy Cabernet Sauvignon Day, or Cabernet Day perhaps. Cabernet Sauvignon, this noble grape variety that is best known from Bordeaux, from the Medoc, and those famous communes of Pauillac, Saint-Julien, Margaux and Saint-Estèphe. It's a grape variety that gives good tannin, has good colour, keeps its acidity well, but without getting particularly high alcohol in cool climate areas. It has flavours classically of blackcurrant, cassis, to use the French term for blackcurrant. So it tends to thrive in cool climate areas, places like Coonawarra, Margaret River, or the Santa Cruz Mountains in California, where it can keep its acidity and its freshness. It also does well in warmer areas. I mean, you think of places like the Napa Valley, for instance, or the McLaren Vale, where it takes on a richer, rounder, fuller sort of style. So today I thought, well, what have we got in our collection here at Winesearcher to taste? And I came across a bottle of Noon's Reserve 2016 Langhorne Creek Cabernet Sauvignon. So Langhorne Creek is a semi-cool area within South Australia, not quite as cool as Coonawarra, so giving sort of richness and ripeness to the wine. Noon as a winery, a small producer. The wine is made by Andrew Noon, who's a master of wine. Andrew's a very restrained, fairly quiet guy, and often you think that winemakers sort of reflect their wines, or their wines are reflected in their wines. If Andrew's wines reflected his character and his personality, he'd probably be about 6'8", and a very loud, jovial sort of guy. These are really intense wines that he makes. The winemaking style is based on accentuating the fruit, which around McLaren Vale, where the winery is, or Langhorne Creek, where this comes from, gets lovely ripeness, has beautiful flavours in. So they don't use a large amount of new oak. In fact, their winery has a fantastic collection of beautifully looked after older oak cooperage, and so the wines are fruit dominated. This particular wine, if we look at it, it's got a lovely colour. It's not got the intensity that would make it opaque, but it's a rich ruby colour that keeps its colour well to the edge. It's not sort of it's not got a purple rim or anything like that. It's very much the sort of red colour there. The aromas, it's 2016. They're starting to develop. There's a slight sort of mushroomy edge, but only just sort of peeking through what is actually sort of beautifully ripe, sort of chocolatey and black fruit notes. You can just pick up touches, particularly earlier when it was first opened, it's been open for about an hour, hints of mint and eucalypt, very typical for Australian Cabernets. And as they develop, they're starting to get more of a sort of a tobacco note. And there's a rich sort of black fruit compote in there as well. Taking the wine into your mouth and taking some air across your tongue into it just reveals a lovely, rich, soft structure that envelops your tongue. There's velvety tannins in there, and plenty of them. And again, the flavours starting more with the mint and the eucalypt, quickly turning more to the sort of tobacco leaf notes. And behind that, there's a rich core of black fruit. It's much more the sort of the dark cherry, dark plum sort of side, less of the sort of the cooler climate leafy cassis notes that you'd get from a Pauillac or something like that. And finishing off with a warmth, but considering that the wine is 15.5% alcohol, actually not a sort of a dominant alcohol warmth. There's no burn on it, and I think that's down to the fact that the fruit has managed to keep its acidity really nicely. So there's a freshness that gives the wine a long, clean, pure finish that I can still taste, having taken this a while back. Wherever you are, whenever you celebrated Cabernet Day, I hope it was a good one, and cheers to you. Bye now.